Hey lovers, welcome to Sacred Soulmates. I am your goddess Euphoria. Over here we celebrate sacred and divine love which begins within oneself. Once you have that balance between that masculine and feminine energy within, only then can you begin to attract it outside of yourself. As above, so below, as within, so without. Over here I read on the chakra points from the crown chakra down to the root chakra. There are other chakras, but we keep it real mainstream over here so everybody can get some. And what's crowning the reading, which is at the top of the mind in the crown position, is enlightenment. Ain't it good to be enlightened? Getting some new information, finding out something new, getting some new information that changes your course of action, new information that changes like the plans that you may have been coming up with yourself. If you feel recently that you've been kind of a lull or a dull space, and retrograde energy will do that. But I believe it was yesterday when we came out of retrograde, or we stationed direct, and now we're moving back direct. The post shadow phase of retrograde is still in effect because energy doesn't just cut off in a snap. It is more of a fading type thing. So you could just feel the gradual changes beginning to take place, or information could be being fed into you, or you're just starting to pay more attention to things. Something about prime numbers, things that are not divisible, something that cannot be divided. What God has brought together, let no man tear asunder, let no man put asunder. That could be coming to light. Something that God has put together could be coming to light for people to understand that this is a bond that cannot be broken. The color blue, baby boys. Baby boy, you stay on my mind, fulfill my fantasy. Something about Beyonce, something about Jay-Z, Beyonce and Jay-Z. Power couples, Illuminati allegations, your connections to a connection to someone in high places, or if you're doing things or having things happen in your life that are out of the norm for the people who you usually were around, or the people that you came from, the community that you came from, or the family that you came from, or even the city that you came from. There may be some allegations of like Illuminati behavior, or people trying to basically blame your newfound accomplishments, or your newfound, I don't know, behaviors or activities. I'm getting with the world card here in the third eye chakra position, is like you have exhibited some type of evolution about yourself, or you matured really fast, or you came to a state of enlightenment like super quick in a way that other people may not be able to keep up with. So it may be like some allegations of like you being involved with like dark circles, and it's like basically the energy of somebody trying to figure out like who's teaching her this, or who is feeding her this information, that enlightenment, because the way you're coming is so different. I don't know what it is that you may have been through. Y'all hear that engine? It's like the engines are revving. All engines are firing. Like you running at full speed, or you're moving at full power. And you have people who don't move as fast, who are in a kind of left behind state of mind, or a left behind world. People who still kind of, they have like this, maybe they're the child, you are this sage here, or you're acting with such sage wisdom, or your behavior is showing that you have changed so much, and you are moving with wisdom, or you have kind of like I'm hearing street smarts, really. You have like a street smart kind of wittiness about you. You're able to evade situations where other folks would get caught up, or you're able to figure things out that would stump other people. You don't really abide in an energy of confusion. A clear and balanced crown chakra, an enlightened crown chakra. You have done the work on your journey. Your solar plexus is lit. You're an awakened soul. And as such, you are thinking like an awakened soul. It's like what they call the junk DNA has been activated. So you know things that other people may not know. You get just, whims or notions that cause you to make decisions that other people wouldn't even begin to think. You're a problem solver, a critical thinker. And you're doing things in a way that other people are not doing things, and it's causing them to have like maybe allegations about who you could be connected with. So somebody could be like concerned about, who she talking to, or who got her thinking like that. It's kind of giving like you may have people that's kind of in your business right now. You may feel like you have an audience with the world card in the third eye position. Like you may have people basically trying to project onto you, trying to fill out the details of your world because you're not allowing them into your world. So they're trying to like basically like project, oh, she got somebody in her ear telling her such and such, or she only knows that because such and such and such and such. People who ain't been with you on your journey, or they're not as enlightened as you are, just trying to make it make sense within their own mind, but their mind is operating at a deficit. They don't have the same experience that you have. So all they can do is like cast projection onto what it is that you're doing. That energy is heavy here. So people may just really be over obsessing right now about who it is that you are in connection with, about what it is that you have going on, about your relationship status, about who you are getting information from. It's like they're almost trying to make it seem like you, like a pimp type situation. Like you got a pimp, like feeding you the game or something. Almost that type of like connotation. Like somebody may be kind of making it up in their mind that there's somebody of a higher authority or somebody with much more experience than you who is telling you how to move like as smooth as you're moving, or telling you how to get ahead the way that you're getting ahead. When the whole time is just that you are an awakened soul, you are on your spiritual journey, and it's like the Most High God guiding you, and you have received like, true enlightenment from source. It's like they're questioning your holiness or trying to negate your holiness. And while they're questioning it and going back and forth, it's like you just keep building and creating and doing. And, you're planting seeds, you're watering the world around you. You are influencing the lives of people who you come into contact with, while it's somebody in the background still trying to figure out how or why, who, what, where, when, and why. These people are real nosy. Like super, super nosy. Their curiosity is not the right type of curiosity. Their curiosity is like an accusatory curiosity. It's like they only want to know so that they can find some type of like tea on you. And that way of being, that exact attitude is why they remain in the dark while you keep moving forward. Because there's just no room for like that type of darkness, for that type of like slow mentality, for that type of low vibrational thinking. There's no room for that in your life. So it's like the more that they obsess about what you're doing, the less they'll be able to know, the more fairy tales they come up with in their mind, and the crazier they look for even projecting this nonsense onto you. Because they're basically just like, bitch, you guessing, in a real way. In the throat chakra position, you have Mother of Coins. It's like you don't really want to talk if it ain't about, that we ain't talking about money, what we talking about, or if we ain't talking about progress, what we talking about. You have very strict standards. Along with that enlightenment comes the inability, the lack of tolerance for nonsense. So again, people who all they can do is sit back and hypothesize. And I don't even know if I can call it a hypothesis, because it's not an educated guess. It's an ignorant, accusation. It's a whole bunch of just people saying stuff, throwing shit at the wall, trying to see what sticks about you. This is the energy of somebody around you who will just say stuff just to see if you will react to it. Because if you react to it, then they'll be like, okay, well, it must be true because you're reacting. It's like, it's a very elementary, it's a very childish way of thinking. They're stuck in this position as a child, and they're obsessing about you in this kind of sage wisdom. They're obsessing about your enlightenment. And almost like, it's like somebody wanting to overstep boundaries, trying to make themselves relevant where they're not relevant, so that you can explain yourself to them. It's somebody who, they talking above their elders. They over talking OGs. It's somebody completely out of rank. Somebody who ain't earned no ability or no right to have nothing explained to them. It ain't really none of their business, but they're trying to assert themselves as if they have a right to know. Like who you talking to or what you're doing. It could be an ex thinking like this. It could be your family members thinking like this. It could be some obsessed coworker. I'm seeing Stanley from the Players Club. It's like you've been nice to somebody a few times, and now they think that you owe them access to your life in some type of way. It's really weird. In the heart chakra position, we have the star. So you're emitting this kind of star energy, the enlightenment. Your solar plexus is lit. You have an awakened soul. And as such, you emit a star energy. The sun is the star of our solar system. And the heart is, the the central point, of our body. It emits an electromagnetic field around us, and your electromagnetic field is very high. It's very exhilarating. It's almost like you can kind of make people feel like drunk around you, or you make people feel like high around you. You have it's a different energy. It's a rare energy. It's something a lot of people don't really come into contact with often. And that's because you have an awakened soul, and awakened souls are not a common thing. 144,000 is 144,000. People say, well, it's 144K is 144K. Well, that was written in 144K is 144K. You can misinterpret a lot of things. Numbers is not something for misinterpretation. Math is math is math. It's a universal language. 144K is 144K. And that's just how rare awakened souls are. In a population of 8 billion, 144K is 144K. That's why you have like awakened souls, and you have like people who feel like targeted individuals, because in their whole life, they don't have nobody on their side. Like, out of hundreds, thousands of people that you meet, that you go to school with, not one person, you know what I'm saying? Not one person could understand what you're going through. You have to meet people through like social media and the internet and shit. 144K is 144K. And you have a lot of pretenders who act like, they're chosen or enlightened and such, but it really just be an act. The truly enlightened is different. And that's who I'm reading for right now. Like, it's a star person. It's a person who has an exhilarating electromagnetic presence. They have an auric field that is just lit at all times. And you have people wondering, well, how did you get it? Well, somebody must be telling you that. Who put that in your ear? What power are you? What master are you serving? It's just like a whole bunch of questions from a whole bunch of people who are irrelevant. Like, you don't owe them any answers. But for some reason, they feel like you owe them that. In the solar plexus position, we have the mother of baskets. So it could be like a familial tie, or somebody like an ex. Maybe an ex-husband, ex-wife, or just somebody you was in a relationship with for a long time. Whoever it is, it feels like they were in proximity to you long enough where they feel like you owe them information, or they feel like they are privileged to have some type of information about you. Is really giving a lack of boundaries, because you have outgrown anything that this person saw for you, or you've exceeded any of the expectations that somebody or that a group of people ever had for you. And that's because of your own solo journey. You have people who they're like in a constant state of codependency. The mother of baskets, this child is on the mother's back, and then you have this star energy where this woman is on this man's back. It's like people just want to ride your coattail. It's kind of what I'm getting from it. Like, people who ain't did none of the work, they think that because they knew you long enough that they're just entitled to ride your coattail. So it is given like family, or like an ex, or like somebody you've been in a long relationship with. I'm getting like common law. People you may not have even gotten to the courthouse, but y'all just been shacking up long enough that common law thing kind of applies. And when you go to changing and making different moves, somebody just feels like you owe them an explanation for exactly what it is that you're doing. With the Son of Baskets in the sacral chakra position, it feels like they didn't have very much to do with the actual creation process. Some people feel like flattery is all they need to invest. They feel like if they smile in your face long enough, then they are entitled to all the information on the back end. And I'm getting like somebody trying to like get a cheap ticket to an exclusive performance, an exclusive show, an exclusive space. So this is somebody who, okay, well, I'll help. Let's say you throwing like a shindig, a dinner or something like that, since we coming off the heels of Thanksgiving. And this is somebody who show up with napkins and plastic spoons and forks and shit, but then they take out like 3 to-go plates full of food. It's like that type of energy. Like somebody who want to ride your coattail. They come and offer the smallest thing, and they know you in the least knowing way. Like they have some type of connection or some type of memory with you. You stayed the night over their house when y'all was young, or y'all shared a kiss or something in high school. Something that don't mean nothing in the grand scheme of life. It's very minuscule, but that's what they're holding on to as their entrance. They feel like that little entrance into your life means that they know you know you. And this is somebody who is like going around acting as if they know you, trying to tell a story about your life as if they know what you got going on. But all they doing is guessing. Oh yeah, she doing this and this, and she's saying it like that because such and such. She didn't got into that. You know, they get into that such and such, and then they start thinking da 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 da. Somebody is trying to explain your spiritual enlightenment. Somebody is trying to explain your ascension as if they were really front seat there for any of it, and they were not. None of your enlightenment came from this person. As a matter of fact, it feels as if your enlightenment came from the fact that you didn't have any support at all. It feels like your enlightenment came in a state of isolation, because what's rooting this reading is the Wheel of Fortune, and this is a lot of movement. So it could have been people who just withheld love from you. It could have been people who tried to put other folks, and uplift other people and praise other people to try to make you jealous and to make you feel inadequate. And they wanted you to like basically come begging them for recognition. But instead you went on your own path, and you, with the Aquarius energy of the star, you just chose individualism. You chose to focus on your own thing. You chose to create your own thing. You chose to focus in on the things that make you feel happy in life. You chose a path that satisfies you instead of trying to do things to persuade other people to like you or persuade other people to care about what you had going on. You just chose to go off and do your own thing and create your own life, since people were just dead set on leaving you isolated anyway. So the tables have turned. The ones who wanted to leave you isolated is like now they trying to hound for a seat at your table, and they trying to like push up and force their way through security. Oh, I know such and such. They know me. Let me in. Yeah, I'm with such and such. I'm getting a visual like somebody talking to the bouncers. I'm with such and such. They performing tonight. They know me. I'm their cousin. You remember when Bobby and Trina first showed up on Love and Hip Hop, and Bobby's way in to Love and Hip Hop was like, yeah, I'm Trina cousin. I'm Trina cousin. I'm Trina cousin. And that was all he had. I'm Trina cousin. Because the rest of the world didn't know him yet. So all we knew was Bobby likes was Trina cousin. And it's like somebody trying to like push their way in. I'm such and such cousin. I'm such and such sister. Yeah, we used to talk back in high school. Yeah, that was my ex-girlfriend. We was married for 2 years. Like somebody is doing the most with the least. They're taking the smallest bit of the experience that they had with you and making it seem as if that's been a highlight of your life. It was a highlight of their life. The highlight of your life is your self-actualization. The highlight of your life is your soul awakening. But the highlight of their life was your involvement with them. So all they can do is ride the coattail of your enlightenment. Somebody they feel like they get some type of residuals. R. Kelly, Chris Brown concerts, the Breezy Bowl, maybe somebody went through it, or just all inspiring gust of wind. I channeled that a lot. That's air energy, like quick revelation. So it's something about you may be doing something that brings people into a quick state of enlightenment about, oh my God, such and such is, such and such shouldn't be rich, or such and such is famous, or such and such has this gift, such and such is doing such. And so it's like now they trying to hurry up and change their behavior and change their stature, or trying to hurry up and change their story. It's like where at first somebody was like doing the most, like basically trying to sun you, like trying to treat you like you was a lame, a chump, a cornball or something. And it's like now this person want to have their name attached to yours. And they using some type of relationship with you to make it seem like they're more important to you. I'm Trina cousin. Somebody is like doing the most, like, yeah, that's my cousin. Yeah, we used to such and such together. My mama got pictures of us in the tub together. We used to take baths together. It's like, I ain't talked to you in 15 plus years. So what is a picture just because we used to sit in the same tub when we was 3 and 4 years old? It's like somebody is like doing the most, trying to make it seem like they were in on your enlightenment, on your journey, trying to make themselves seem like a factor where they really are not a factor. And at some point in time, it's like they was really trying to sun you or act like they didn't know you, or they would intentionally not like invite you to stuff, or just It was some ugly energies. It was, I'm gonna just say it like that. With the Nine of Wands in the tower, like at some point they was like really trying to like break you down and make you feel like, oh, you can't sit with us. And now everybody at that table that you supposedly couldn't sit at is like, now they want to come. Oh, you remember when we used to do it? You remember we used to smoke together? You remember that time we went to that party? Was that? Hell no. I don't remember nothing. Do I know you? Hell no. Type energy. That's a scene from Idlewild. I love Macy Gray. That's when Paula Patton's character, she was like, do I know you? Macy Gray, hell no. No, you don't know me. You do not know me. And even if you did know this person like in the past, the new you, this soul awakened you, has every right to, when they pull up and act like, you remember when such and such? No, I don't remember. Even if you know good and well you remember what they talking about. Stun on their motherfucking ass. Stun on their ass. Nope, I don't remember, actually. What I do remember is when you didn't invite me to such and such. What I do remember is like that Michael B. Jordan, when the girl with the yellow hair pulled up on him. And he was like, yeah, I was a cornball, right? Yeah, I was the corny kid. Like, throw it right back up in their face with the sun. Throw that energy that they threw at you, throw it right back at them. Or just ignore them altogether. Security, get these people out my section. They say they're your cousin. I don't know this woman. Some type energy, like, you don't have to show these people no type of grace. Because it's like everything they do. Even back then, it's like everything they do around you comes with a motive. With the Four of Knives and the Eight of Wands, it's like all of their action comes with a motive. Back then, they was trying to sun you on purpose because they wanted you to feel excluded. They wanted to humble you. And now they come kissing ass and trying to throw memories in your face because they want to feel included. It's like there's nothing pure about these people because they are not enlightened souls. Just like I said, 144K is 144K. You can be the only one around and don't know nobody who was really good to you. Don't know nobody who was really pure with you. Don't know nobody who was really genuine with you. So when you get to like that whole, and it's something about they have a problem with the people that you hang around now. So if you do pop out with people who do understand your journey as somebody who had to grow and ascend on your own, they'll try to make it say, oh, they in with demonic people and them people do such and such. And, you know, they need to be around family. They need to be around people that they've known all their life. But the people that you knew all your life, or the people that you were around as so-called family, they the ones who wanted to keep you from your highest and your best energy. So you really are better off with whoever these newfound connections that you come into contact with. With the sacral chakra, you could be coming into contact with new people. And that don't mean that they bad just because they new. We got to get over that no new friends energy. Know that everybody ain't your friend, but at the same time, like when you really do meet people who understand your journey, let's say one of the 144K meet another, awakened soul in the 144K. Y'all need that connection. Y'all need that understanding between you. And with the Nine of Wands and the Tower card, it's like you could be coming more into contact with these type of people, with the Wheel of Fortune being the root of the reading. Like the root of the reading, basically the foundation of all of this energy is that things are changing in your life, and they're changing in a real way. They're changing in a quick way. Like the motion is there. The ascension that you've done in your life has activated enough motion where you're starting to come into contact with different types of people, or you're starting to behave in a different way, which will in turn bring you into contact with people that are different, way different, stark differences than what you grew up with. And the people that you grew up with, or the people who were, family, or people who your exes or whatever from high school and shit that don't even really matter when you're an adult. Now they have so much to say. Well, they in with the wrong crowd, or that's that Illuminati, or, they getting paid to say that, or they been around demonic people, when they get into them high places, they start doing all them rituals and da-da-da and this and blase, blase. The whole time this been you. This been your personality. You just could never show them your personality because they spent so much time trying to make you feel excluded. So they never really knew you at all. It's that God looking at folks like, I never knew you type energy. An awakened soul, which is essentially a God. You are the God of your own world. You looking at these folks trying to like force their way into your world. Like, I never knew you. You never knew me. You used to try to sun me. You used to try to humble me. You used to try to make me feel like an outcast. You used to try to make me feel like I was lesser than you. Like I had to like beg and run after you. What make you think that I'm just gonna let you willy-nilly into my world now that it's lit over here? No, you go stand in that long ass line, and if security let you in, then have a good time. But if security don't let you in, if the bouncers don't feel like you belong in here, then shit, it's, them bouncers, they got more loyalty than you do. They've shown me more loyalty than you ever have. So you at the discretion of whoever I sit at the door as my gatekeeper. So you may have new people that you've come into contact with that you trust more than folks that you've known your whole life. And you may be more willing to give them that Seven of Wands energy, like the power to protect you, the power to speak up for you. And you'll have people who, that's my cousin, I know them my whole life. How you gonna tell me about my cousin? Well, because I've actually been there and protected your cousin more than you ever did. So while people from your past, with the world card, maybe just trying to come up with stories about the people that you're hanging with now, or the relationship that you have now, trying to make it seem like, I'm getting like Monique and her husband, and how she, affectionately speaks about him. And people were trying to make it seem like they're so weird when he is like the only person who's ever been, 100% honest with her, telling her the truth, giving her the real, not trying to tiptoe around her feelings, not being a yes man. So if she speaks in a way that you feel like it's weird, your opinion really don't matter how she speaks to her husband, because that ain't none of your business, no way. So if somebody engaged, I'm getting proposal, like somebody presented a proposal to you quickly. Let's say you've only known this person 3 weeks and they propose to you. You may have folks saying, oh, they trying to take her money, or they trying to do this and that, and they gonna have her in a trafficking ring, and da-da-da, and blah, 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 and just creating all type of narratives around y'all. But in 3 weeks of knowing somebody, they could have shown you more loyalty and respect than people that you were around your whole life. And just because they propose in 3 weeks, that don't mean y'all gonna get married in 3 weeks. Even if you do elope with somebody and y'all get married within like 6 months of knowing each other, you could have known somebody for 16 years and they ain't never shown you an ounce of respect like this person you've known for 6 months. And then when it comes to light, because with that enlightenment energy, not only are you enlightened, but your world is starting to look different. Your relationships are starting to look different. Your behavior, your speech, your just patterns in general look different. You may clean more. You may be more orderly. You may be more, you may have more self-restraint. It's just a lot about you that is different. A lot of maturity that has happened since you came into contact with either your new self, or like if you did the work within yourself and then you met your soulmate, because God's timing, divine timing is God's speed. It may seem like y'all moved real fast. And over the course of 1 year, you have changed so much about yourself that people that you grew up with, they feel like somebody brainwashed you, or somebody like is, making you behave like this, or coercing you to think a certain way or speak a certain way. But it's like, no, I just finally found people who pour into me, people who love me. Or I finally found a person who pours into me and who loves me and who speaks to me with respect and who cares about my well-being and who considers me. And you spent all of these years of my life wasting my time thinking that your blood kinship with me meant something, thinking that just because we had a relationship, we were high school sweethearts, it meant that you was going to always have my heart, thinking just because we have a child together, you're going to always have some authority in my life. And, not so. This person that I've known in less time that I knew you, with the Son of Baskets and the Seven of Wands, they've shown me more protection, more love for me in the few months or years that I've known them than you have shown me in the decades that I've known you. So what you got to say about them, or what they telling her, or why he acting like that, who putting that in his ear, who behaving like this, like it don't matter. None of them questions that they have matters, because who the f are they to question you with the way that they behaved while you were in their life? And this is what is front and center right now. Like, that's what's coming to the top of their mind, having to deal with the fact that, what was my intentions for this chosen one? How did I behave when I was in this chosen one's life? Like, some people don't want to deal with the truth, so they'll just keep trying to project onto you. But in the back of their mind, they have to like wrestle with the fact that, dang, the whole time I was in their world, like, they trying to water their world. They're trying to grow. They trying to rise. They trying to progress. They trying to ascend and be on their spiritual path and find out more about what works for them. And I was just the whole time being a negative influence, The whole time they having to protect themselves from the shit that I was doing to them. That's really what they wrestling with. But since people don't know how to take accountability for their own actions, they'll just try to project it off onto others. The only light in their life is their projection. It's like a projector you pull into a classroom and you project onto a white wall. They were able to project onto you. The white wall would be your purity. The Seven of Wands, this person that needs the protection is in all white. Whoever the person is in your life now who is providing protection to you is like people who never protected you. They want to look at that person as a bad... Oh, Whitney and Bobby. Whitney needed protection long before Bobby came around. But as soon as Bobby came protecting her with love, he was not a perfect man, but he loved that woman. Now everybody looking at him like the bad guy. Now they want to blame him for everything. They want to claim that he's tainting Whitney when Whitney had been tainted long before Bobby came around. It's that exact type energy right here. You got somebody who really in your corner who love you, but everybody want to paint them as like a bad person or as a bad boy or a bad influence. Because they don't want to deal with the fact that it was really them who tainted you all along. It was really them who forced you into maybe drug use or who forced you into a fast life, a lane of fast living. They don't want to deal with how they did it themselves. So they will take the person who is really good for you and they want to cast all of their ugliness onto that person as if that person was a negative influence on you. Don't let no people who wasn't never good for you break up your connection with somebody who is showing you loyalty, because really that's what they're trying to do. If they can get you to turn on the person who is showing you love, then that means you run right back to them into a state of dysfunction. Don't do it. Daughter of Wands, don't be afraid to, if they claim that somebody is the darkness in your life, well shit, go flirt with the darkness. Go dance with the devil then. Because sometimes even the devil himself ain't did as much as the people who claim that they was your friends, people who claim that they your family. Even the devil himself ain't fucked with you as much as they did. In a real way. You got to know what's right for you with the Hermit card and Justice. And I am getting this energy that you not going to mind like going for what works for you. The Hermit, Virgo, self-sufficient energy. You're not going to mind doing what's best for you. Even if other people cast a negative shadow or a negative light on it. Even if they claim you an Illuminati. You might start playing along with them. You might start taking pictures with one hand, one hand over your eye. You might start doing little signals and shit and pictures. Just have fun with them. Play with their ass. Because it ain't none of their business in the first place. All right, that's the reading. See